is Ben Bagbak. I'm from Queens, New York.
It's such a cool culture though. You go to the fights. And
Yeah, only Muay Thai scenes though, like, you know. But
The adrenaline. It's a big rush. I like the sport aspect behind it. I like the team aspect that you get from your partners.
strong core.
A little confident, really. It's a great way to focus on something, to have goals. So when you're off the mat, it really helps you to focus on the other things in life too. So like if you think like, oh, if I could handle getting punched to the face, I could do anything really. Well, when I'm going into a fight, like there's different stages of my mentality or like my mental game. You know, like during the weigh-ins, it's different. During fight day, it's different. Training, it's different. I generally try not to think about the fight at all up until like a week before. Of course, I'm thinking about game planning and everything. But day of weigh-ins, all I'm thinking about is eating food and recovering. So that's great. And then fight day, I'm a completely different person, you know, like I try just to focus on what's at hand. I'm not really on my phone talking to anybody. Like it's like an alter ego that you kind of have to create. You kind of have to be really strong-willed to make it through that because the fight's gonna end quickly, you know? So like if you just have like a second of laziness, like you're gonna lose.
Right down the middle. 1, 2. Work on the inside.
I mean, I've had tons of inspirations throughout my life. Like I've been training since I was 7 years old, and I've had the privilege of having multiple instructors from multiple schools. Like honestly, I would say it's like a mix of everybody. I've always wanted to fight throughout like my whole life. Like I've had a lot of favorite fighters throughout my life. I would say my #1 favorite fighter is Dominic Cruz. I got a bunch of photos, a bunch of autographs growing up, so I'm just lucky to be able to do this now. All right, let's warm it. Whoa, fuck. Let's warm it up, guys. Find a spot on the mat. I mean, I would say one of my favorite memories would be more recent. I would say it was like when I was like 18, 19, when I first started like teaching classes and I was like picking up. I really like teaching. Like when I was like 18 years old, I was instructing and leading full adult programs, and I found that really awarding. I really like doing that. Is with a hook, boom, just like this. We're gonna be able to find their jaw with that hook in the first 2 knuckles. So when they're heavy on that front foot, they're usually leaning forward, especially with that jab. So we'll be able to connect with that hook. So when we're moving around, he throws a jab, we're moving around, double jab in my head, boom, boom. So again, boom, boom, right here. So play around with it. I started teaching to make money when I was 16 years old. I wanted to make money, and I was making pretty good money too for my age. All my friends were making like minimum wage, and I got to work half the time or same time hours and make more money, you know, because you get paid like decently. Like back then, I think I got paid like 25 an hour, 30 an hour for a class. Now you get paid like 30 to 55 an hour per class. Just depends how many classes you get, who you know, blah, blah, blah. But I was very happy, you know, and I saw that me teaching was a way that I could network to meet more people, because I actually found my school right now through a job. I was teaching jiu-jitsu at Cornerstone Thai Boxing in 2017. I was 17 years old then. And I've been with them since. I took a short break because of college for like 2 years, but I've been with them for the large majority of that. All right, imagine my opponent's on this line. I'm fighting him directly here. So he's throwing his jabs, I come out, boom, just like this. Then after that, hop step, boom, I got another hook. So with the partner again, it looks like this, boom, boom. I come here, hop step, here. And I have this hand out to block this glove. In MMA, that's less significant and it's harder to pull off. But in Muay Thai and in kickboxing, where you have big gloves. I competed a lot as a kid growing up, so I got to be in a lot of different environments, a lot of high stress environments. And that's what really helped me grow up pretty fast. I was pretty mature at a young age, and that's because I was exposed to so much, and I had already so much responsibilities at a young age. Like I started teaching classes when I was 16 years old. So I had to learn how to develop a curriculum, how to keep people in check, how to run a class, be a leader. All of that stuff's like super hard for a 16-year-old. And by no means was I good at it during that time, but I just learned and learned and learned, you know. Oh yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. They don't understand it, you know? Like, my family just, they try not to ask so many questions because they always say like, oh, it's like a caveman sport. You're just like bonking each other on the head. My dad and my mom, they're both concerned about the brain damage aspect. That's why they put me more in jiu-jitsu, because that sport, you know, doesn't really have brain damage as a problem. Yeah, no, but I love stand-up, I love Muay Thai. I try to defend myself best I can, but it's just the hazards of your occupation.
Come out that night, so yeah, just show him different angles. He's like a taekwondo fighter, so you know, he just goes like back stand, back stuff, like walk, rep.
I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit. Like, my parents divorced when I was 12, I believe. No, I must have been 10. It was 8th grade for however old I was then. So, and my parents were like my biggest supporters in the sport, so when that happened, I was kind of left without support and I had to do whatever I needed to do. So, yeah, I kind of found my own footing. I eventually got my first job, you know, a few years later. I don't really know the timeline off the top of my head, but like, yeah, and we weren't rich too, you know, and like, some crazy things were said at tournaments about us, you know, because like we would talk in Turkish, we wouldn't talk in English. So like there was this one time, this opponent I was gonna go against, and his dad was talking to him. He was like, "Oh, look, they don't speak English. If they could do it, you can." And I'm like, "Bro, wait, like, how does that have any relevance?" And like, we speak English, we understood you. I was born here, you know. So like, there's just a lot of little stuff, you know. But that's what comes with life, you know. Like, I wouldn't say I had, like, I mean, like, yeah, it was tough growing up, but I wouldn't say it was debilitating. You know, I'm still here. I'm still living my dream.
Time! Now we're doing full sparring. Switch partners. Find someone new.
Everything happens for a reason. I do think I wouldn't be here if things were different, you know. Who knows, you know, I'm happy with everything as it is right now. You know, win or lose going into this fight, you know, I've come a really long way. And like the little kid in me is so happy that I'm having this finally happen. It's always been my dream to have my first MMA fight, you know.
Step up on the squat and come back up.
Thank you. I would want to have a school. I would want to have like a huge school, not just like in one place. I would want it like in different countries. I would want to be able to teach people, want to be able to not just create fighters, but help people use martial arts to overcome what they're going through, whether or not they're like going through something in their life, whether they not need to get in shape. I just want to be able to share my love of this sport with other people through that. Yeah, just have like a big school. And I feel like for me to become the best instructor possible, I need to become the best fighter possible.
Last fight of the night. Jambuli and Ben. That is kickboxing full gear.
Wait, it's not kickboxing. It's not kickboxing. It's MMA.
No!
MMA. Well, look at Tom Chris.
If and when you go to the ground, there's no ground and pound to the face.
Only body.
Only body. And then if I see you working for a submission, I will let you work for it. If I see you laying on top of the other guy, I'll first give you a warning, like stay active, show me something. And because I want to see you working for your submissions. Submissions, you're good for everything except for toe holds and anything twisting. So no twisters, no twist ankle lock. Keep it straight leg. Keep it straight leg locks and straight submissions. You can Kimura, anything else you want to do all day, just not anything body spine twisting. Good? Good on the rules?
Knees to the body, grounded opponent.
Knees to the body, yes. Yep. Just not the head, obviously. Good? Great.
Just fill him out, close the distance, fill him out in the clinch. If you got no game, take him down, finish him. Go home early.
How much taller is He's like here. Look at these amount taller.
Yeah, he's a legit 135 pounder. Big, one of those big 135 pounders.
I would say like myself a little bit. Like I've always had like this doubt in myself throughout my whole life, really. But it's being able to ignore that and really just to bite down and just do it. And that's why I don't think that much leading up to the fight, because you could psych yourself out. It's a good thing, but doing that too much is gonna be like really draining on your body and your emotions and everything. But if you want to be a fighter, you know you're gonna have to give a lot of sacrifices. You're gonna have to train 20 hours a week, and then there's gonna, at least 20 hours by the way. And there's some varying levels of opinions that come with that too. Some people say less, some people say more, but quality is first. And then you have to consider the fact that recovery is part of your job too. And now you have to do laundry more often than a normal person. Man, I do laundry so many times a week. It's crazy, just going through all the clothes that I'm sweating through and everything. And like the gis for jiu-jitsu, they have to be washed like immediately after. So there's just a lot of things you gotta think of. And it's just starting is the best thing, because worst comes to worst, if it doesn't work out the way you want, you learn something. And it's a pretty cool thing to say that like, yeah, I fought, you know? And that's kind of what I wanna do, you know? I wanna see how far I could go. And if it so happens it doesn't work out for me, I have no regrets in my life.
Making his way up first to the right corner, Ben Bagbak!
You're gonna fight anyway, right? All right, good. Listen to coach. Don't move. You don't want to get this shit in the right mood, okay?
I mean, to have fun, you know, to try your best. At the end of the day, he has the same goals as me, you know, so fighting is a sport where not everybody is gonna win. And even when you win your first match, you gotta win your second, third, fourth, fifth one. So very few people really make it to the top. So we all want the same things. I'm not gonna like talk smack to somebody that has the same dream as me, you know, especially when they haven't said anything back. Or first, I should say, you know. No, but like, you gotta like beat each other and beat. It's like a pyramid, you know, and only like 0.1% of the people could be at the top, and we all want to be at the top.
Are you ready? What are you ready? Fight!
Let's go! You got 2 more. You got more 2 minutes. Patience. Take your time.
I would keep training. I'm still super young. I'm still really early in my fighting career. So I've had 7 fights so far in Muay Thai and kickboxing. I'm 4-1 in Muay Thai, but 0-2 in kickboxing. So my overall is 4-3. I've only had 7 fights since the 4 months that I've made my debut. So I'm very early in my fighting career. This is going to be my 8th fight. I really don't see me stopping. Even if like the worst comes to worst, I get knocked out so bad I have to sit out a few months. I'm still super early into fighting. Still super early. So this is just the beginning of the journey, you know.
Posture up and send it down. Oh yeah.
Toes out of the cage. Toes out of the cage.
Get your head out. Stay down.
Time.
Throw some body shots, give him something to think about. Move his hands, keep thinking in there. And chill if you need to, because he doesn't have too much strength either. He's a little hesitant now. He's tired. If you want to start with striking, go for it. If you want to close it up, whenever you need.
Yeah, no, I've always had those ideas in my head, like, oh, it sucks to get punched in the face, or I could be doing like anything else, you know. But at the end of the day, I know this is what makes me happy. It's normal to have thoughts like saying like, oh, what if I was doing something else, you know? Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you like your job, you're gonna not like going to work early in the morning. Like it's fucking Sunday right now and we're here at 10 a.m., you know? Who the hell likes this? But I love the sport enough to ignore the inconveniences that it brings.
Keep him there. There you go. Let's send it down. Send it down. Oh, yeah. There you go. Nice, nice. Mount. Push that off. Push that like that. All right.
Toes out of the cage. Toes out of the cage.
Come on, try to pass him out. Stuff that hands out. Beautiful. Doing great. Beautiful. Beautiful. Turn around. Turn. Nice. Good job. Stay relaxed. Stay relaxed. No pressure. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. He's got nothing. Yeah. It's a throw. The hip throw. good right there. You're good. Yep. Beautiful. No, he's tired. Touch him. Straight cross. Down the middle. Left hand. Down the middle. And let him start with the kick. Move around.
I think fighting is a way that I express myself. It's just the way I know how to be the best version of myself. I've been fighting my whole life. I've been teaching since I was 16 years old. The only job I've only had my whole life was teaching how to fight, teaching a class. I've had a few office jobs here and there in college, but going to college was a privilege, and it was something my parents always wanted me to do. And this is a high-risk sport, a high-risk occupation. So getting injured is a high possibility. So having a backup plan is important, So I could really just look forward to training and not be worried about anything, and not be worried about what's to come. I'm happy with what I have right now.
Most women in the striker, you should strike. When you're in the ring, go that jab 1-2. This right hand is way down. Touch him with that glove. Look, touch him. Pow. Straight cross down the middle. This right hand is down, it's higher. Touch him with your right. Grab the hand down. Straight cross, okay? Don't give him space with those kicks. Okay? Don't give him space.
I would just keep training, I would go back to the gym the next day. I'd be very happy. The beer would taste great that night, Victory beer always tastes the best. But the moments that you do win only last for a short time period. Max, the feeling is gonna last for like a few days, and then you have the feelings that you're left with that you usually have by yourself, So a win is important, but what's more important is what you're doing around that win, how your life is structured, because if you want this to be for the long term, you can't just think win after win. You have to think about the whole picture. Because if you just think win after win, a loss is going to devastate you, and losses are how you grow the most. So like in the losses that I've had, and they were close. I didn't get beat in these losses. 2 of them were split decisions, by the way, that I think could have gone the other way, but at the end of the day, if you don't finish the match, you should be okay with however the decision goes, Referees, scorekeepers, all that stuff.
Desperate, watch your knees. Almost there.
And bitches and still can't even answer a text. Yeah, we in a spot, we won't give it a rest. They be saying that liquor gon' catch up to you, nigga. It ain't caught up to me yet. I hit the road, I look like the man. Counting up 50s and 20s and 10s. I'm out of state.
Do what you love and don't be sorry for doing it. Find a way to do what you love by any means necessary and try to succeed. And if all else, just have a good time. I'm gonna succeed though in my fight.
Here's your winner via submission.